I'll jump in a little bit here, kind of K-State, go down memory lane. I mean, when you think about your time there, what are some of the first, few games that immediately pop in your head from your time at K-State?
So when I think back on K-State, man, my very first memory probably be, um, it's hard to go against the Oklahoma game our freshman year. That was pretty fun game. They were one in the nation, I think. And, yeah, we ended
Sure.
up beating those guys, or yeah, it was something like that. We came out and beat them, and, that was awesome. That was an awesome experience. And then obviously, sophomore year, played John Collins in the first four in, right? Yeah,
Yep.
played John
Of
Collins
course,
in,
up in Dayton.
yeah, in Dayton, and beat them, and went to wherever we went and played Cincinnati. And we don't need to talk about what happened there, but and then obviously junior year, senior year, make the tournament, and junior year make a run. Man, that was amazing. It sucks that I didn't get to play in it, but that was an amazing run. Still looking back on it, was awesome. And then senior year, man, the one game that really I think about all the time is the Oklahoma game, to clinch the Big 12 title. Man, that was awesome, man. The students were juiced up there, man. The whole place was rocking, man. That was a fun game. And then, yeah, obviously got hurt. That sucks as well. But no, that Oklahoma game was awesome. My senior year, KU game, my senior year was fun. Um, Obviously the Virgin Islands tournament was really fun. That was a good time. But yeah, man, there really has been too many games, just good times in Manhattan, man. It's hard to pick just like a few to throw out there, but man, there's been so many good times.
Sure. Yeah, we were blessed to play in some pretty high level games. I guess maybe not we. I definitely didn't play unless it was a blowout at the end. But for you to be in those games, having the Big 12 tournament, Elite Eight run, those types of things were special experiences. And obviously, it sucked to have those injuries those last couple of years for those tournament runs too. But most people probably don't know that you actually did get into that Kentucky game. I mean, walk us through how tough was it for you to even get out there for the few minutes you did. I'm pretty sure you had 4 points. I mean, it was only in about 5 minutes of play. So just walk people through like what that took physically demanding to get out on the court that game.
We'll dive deeper into this conversation after the break. But before then, I want to tell you about our good friends at HomeField Apparel. Get on over to homefieldapparel.com and get your hands on some of HomeField's K-State selection of over 40 items that are thoughtfully created by HomeField's team. I personally have several pieces from their K-State selection, and I'm wearing my favorite HomeField sweatshirt today, featuring an old school Willie the Wildcat. HomeField Apparel is incredibly high quality and comfortable apparel, and there's something for everybody at homefieldapparel.com. Be sure to use the promo code CATSNIL24 when you check out to get 10% off your order. And when you use that promo code, HomeField will donate 10% of your order back to Wildcat NIL so we can support K-State student athletes. Again, get on over to homefieldapparel.com today and use the promo code CATSNIL24.
So yeah, we go, into the tournament, start making our run, and see a couple doctors. They're like, yeah, you have a stress fracture in your foot. And I'm like, man, this is, not good, obviously. And, but they're like, you might be able to play as long as you can, move and feel comfortable moving. And, Luke Sabra, our trainer, he was like, looked at me and he was like, we're going to test it just for sure. And so the day before the Kentucky game, me and him are working out, and he was like, all right, now do defensive slides. So we do defensive slides. My foot is killing me, and I'm doing defensive slides, and I'm running. He's like, how you feel? I'm like, man, feel pretty good. And he's like, you think you can play tomorrow? I was like, absolutely. And so, yeah, the Kentucky game happened. I didn't warm up. I was out there for layup lines. I didn't shoot a single layup. I shot a couple jump shots, sat on the bench. Luke's like, I don't really want to play you if we don't have to. Like, I don't really want you to go out there. But, Coach Weber looked down. I was peeking my head off the bench like, hey, right here. And I went in, and, yeah, man, I was first possession. Who was it? PJ Washington tried to drive me on the very first possession. I stole it, went out of bounds. Well, I tipped it, went out of bounds. And I was like, man, I'm feeling pretty good. A lot of adrenaline rushing, a lot of adrenaline. And then I was went down on offense end. They were in a zone. I hit my first jump shot. I was like, oh, leave me in. I'm cooking. Hit one shot. That's what's going through my mind. I'm hot. And then I got fouled next possession and shot a couple free throws, made them. And I remember being on defense and being like, man, my foot is like starting to ache like really bad right now. I was like, man, if I can just make it to the timeout, I think I can. If I get off it for a few seconds, I think it'll be good. I must have been limping a little bit or something because as soon as that timeout came, Luke patted me on the back and was like, "Yeah, you're out." And that was the end of it. But yeah, those were I don't remember how many 5 or 6 minutes I played. It was pretty surreal, man. I felt like I was hot, man. I was like, yeah, I'm shooting every time I touch it. I only touched it twice, but man, it felt good. It really felt good until the very end of that little stretch. But yeah, man, it was just unfortunate the way it went down. But man, I'm still grateful I got the minutes I did in that game.
Sure. Absolutely. Is there one play you can pick out? I know you've listed a bunch of games. So is there one play that's kind of like etched in your mind of one of your most favorite at K-State?
Yeah, absolutely. You know how Coach Weber used to be in practice? I'll just dunk it backwards. Just dunk it backwards. He used to say that all the time. And so we're in the Oklahoma game, my senior year, shot clock's going down. I see the white kid from Oklahoma. What was his name? Brady Manick. He's in help side, but he's not looking at me. I'm in the corner. Cam drives. I just cut behind him, just right behind him. I get the ball. I'm like directly under the basket, and Coach Weber's face pops into my mind like it was some telepathical stuff, and is like, just dunk it backwards, just dunk it backwards. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try it. Might as well. It's the last game in Bramlage, and I dunked it backwards, and I was like so jacked. I was excited, and it was a big play in the game as well. But I think at that time we probably had it mostly handled, and I just let the emotions kind of go, and it was a fun time for sure.
Incredible. That memory is definitely etched in my mind too. I know there's a pretty good picture of you midair dunking it backwards, and Coach Webb, he always said that. That's funny.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory of the K-State at your time?
Oh man, that's tough. We when you go back to it, I think the game you clinched the Big 12 at home. That same Oklahoma game. I mean, there's no better feeling. Being right there in front of the crowd and being able to celebrate with them right there. I know back in 2013 when we clinched, they had a road game, and so they came back to the women's game and kind of celebrated and cut down the nets. But for us to finish it right there at home, man, that was a surreal experience. And stories we can't go into afterwards, but being able to celebrate together was fun too.
Yeah, it was awesome. Another one pops in my mind is Cartier when he windmilled at the end of KU game. That was another one that sticks out in my mind. But yeah, that Oklahoma one's hard to beat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Cardi. I don't know if you thought that he was going to do anything like that, but I had no. It took even me by surprise. I mean, we knew he could do it, obviously, but in that moment to pull that out, that was.
Yeah, we're up like 6 points, and he's just like, you know what? We might as well be up 30. Doesn't matter. I'm windmilling this. It's like, all right, good for you.
Oh man.